This is your prime time forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Dr. Don's weather is made possible by the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College and the 5 Points Farms. Here's Dr. Don.
How to do, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don hanging with you on your Monday morning as we start a brand new work week. Thank you to all the folks at East Alabama Waste in East Alabama for being a partner with us here on Dr. Don's Weather. Commercial waste and debris removal. 256-201-3880 is the number to call. And be sure you tell them that Dr. Don sent you. Also, Jamie Dukas. Get your ducks in a row with Dukas at 256-831-7770. You know, he's in Woodland, Alabama. He's a local guy. He's going to take care of you. He's going to be there for you in your time of need. And he's honest. He's going to show you how you can save money with your insurance and, in a lot of cases, increase your coverage. Get in touch with Jamie Dukas today. There's a link at the top of this video. Well, we're going to start the day with a few clouds as what's left of Hurricane. Yeah, you got it. That hurricane is still hanging around, spinning over Virginia this morning as Helene just won't go away. Dense fog and a few low clouds out there this morning. Helene still spinning over Virginia. And do we have to worry about yet more tropical moisture? Well, it's possible. The models have been picking up on some stuff down in the Caribbean that may develop in the next 5 to 7 days. But I'll tell you that the last couple of runs has really kind of backed off on the intensity. There was a time a couple of days ago that it was showing another pretty potent hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico, but now not so much. And there's a lot of people out there, and I don't understand this for the life of me. I don't. But there's a lot of armchair weather folks out there that's posting all this ominous stuff about another hurricane coming. Folks, don't buy into that nonsense. You know that you can, you know who you can trust and who you can't on social media. So stay with those of us who are not going to fearmonger you, and we will keep you updated if and when we have to deal with that again. At the moment, it doesn't look likely that that's going to be the scenario. But overall, we'll be warming up this week. High pressure will be in control today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Showers will return on Thursday and Friday, and it will be tropical moisture, but we, at the moment, don't think we're looking at another hurricane. So we'll keep watching that for you and keep you updated here on Dr. Don's Weather. But speaking of the tropics, we are alive out there this morning. Lots of stuff going on. We've got 3 active tropical systems out in the Atlantic, 2 of which are currently hurricanes. But those are not going to mess with us here in the United States. They'll turn back to the north. And then we're watching the Caribbean, and yes, the same location that Helene formed in back last Tuesday or Wednesday. But again, we're watching that Area 4 formation, but the long-range computer models are suggesting that even if we get development, it may not be that strong. But we'll keep an eye on that for you. Now, let's take a look at our current conditions at the venue at 5 Points Farms. Currently 64 degrees. It feels like 64 out there. We have no wind to speak of. The humidity is 99%. The barometric pressure, 29.91. Dew point 64. No rain in the past 24 hours, though we did have a sprinkle up here in northeast Georgia yesterday. High temperature was 81.1. We have fog in some locations. We have clouds. Other locations are partly cleared this morning. Sunrise at 6:36. The sun sets this evening at 6:28 p.m. Taking a look at the conditions for today, the if you have fog and clouds, that will burn off by mid-morning, and we'll go mostly sunny. 79 in Roanoke, Lineville, Ashland will hit 82 over in Sylacauga. Rockford tops out at 82, and Lafayette will hit 81 degrees this afternoon. 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent for today. Mostly sunny with a high temperature of 79 degrees after the fog burns off, down to 63 tonight. Then on Tuesday, mostly sunny, 81. Wednesday, back to sunny skies, 83. Thursday, mostly sunny, 82. We may see an increase in clouds late in the day on Thursday. And then Thursday night into Friday, right now only about a 20% chance of a shower. 76 will be your high on Friday as a cold front almost makes it into Alabama. It'll stall off to our northwest, but it'll cool us off a degree or two. And then on Saturday, back to mostly sunny skies with a high temperature of 80 degrees. Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar scanning the southeastern United States, and want to show you that Helene just won't go away. Look at all that up there in Philadelphia, back down into Virginia. Just clouds spinning up there this morning with some decent rain taking place just south of, well, between Philadelphia and Virginia Beach this morning with what remains of Hurricane Helene. And that stretches all the way down into North Carolina and South Carolina. At the moment, it doesn't make it into western sections of South Carolina or eastern Tennessee, where all the massive flooding is still taking place in that area. We zoom in a little bit closer on East Alabama and West Georgia, and you can see that there is no precipitation across our region. All right, so I've been noticing a lot of folks on social media who want to help. And folks, I get it. That's human nature. You want to help. I want to help. It's just heartbreaking to see what's taking place not only in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, but also up in western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee. There are communities up there in western North Carolina that have been completely cut off from civilization. And it's just, that's a mountainous community. I can relate to that because I live in a mountainous community, and I understand how easy that could happen. And quite honestly, had this hurricane tracked about 30 miles further west than it did, that very easily could have been northeast Georgia that's dealing with the same thing that western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee is dealing with. So I can relate to what they're going through, and it's horrible. The death toll, unfortunately, continues to rise, and I'm afraid it's going to go much higher before this is done. But please, whatever you do, if you want to help those folks anywhere across the Southeast that are in dire need of help, make sure you contact either the state or the local county emergency management agency before you do a thing. Do not self-deploy into these areas, folks. That is going to only, you think you're doing good, but you're actually causing harm when you do that. That is always the second disaster during any disaster, are folks coming to help and bringing goods and supplies. Certainly appreciated. The thought is fantastic, but that's always the second disaster in any disaster. Make sure you call ahead. Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida all have emergency management agencies at the state level. That's the best thing for you to do. You can Google the state that you want to help. Find the emergency management number. Most of them are posting special numbers now just for this. Call them and make contact. Schedule your delivery of the goods that you want to bring. Schedule your services if you want to come help. Don't self-deploy. Odds are you're going to get turned around and sent right back home. If somehow you do get through and get into some of those areas, now you're running the risk of needing to be rescued as well. It's extremely dangerous still in all of these locations. So the thought is greatly appreciated, but call ahead and schedule. Don't self-deploy. If you can help us out here on Dr. Don's Weather, we greatly would appreciate it. There's the link to our weather store. You can go pick up a coffee cup, a t-shirt, a baseball cap, and at the top of the video, you'll find all kind of links there. If you'd like to just simply make a donation, we'd love to for you to do that. That helps us continue to be able to bring you the weather you deserve across East Alabama and West Georgia. If you own a business and would like to be a partner, just send me a message on Messenger or Discord. We can have you started before we do our very next weather forecast, which, if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, will happen first thing tomorrow morning right here on Dr. Don's Weather.
This has been your prime time forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Southern Union State Community College, the venue at 5 Farms and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is supported by the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Be sure to like us on Facebook, share us with all of your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of your prime time forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.